Welcome to VCRC in Terra Haute, Indiana. We have an 8-scale track over here, a huge driver stand in the middle, and a 10-scale track over here. I was on my way down to Tennessee, and this did not add all that much to the drive, so I decided to stop here and check it out. I am running a converted Tekno short course truck. It's not a full-on 8-scale buggy. It's a little bit more narrow, and I've got this big basher style wing on there. Works good on the endurocross track. Not so necessary out here, but it should still be a lot of fun. Got a 2600 kV motor, and I'm running it on 3-cell. Got a nice big pit lane to start off from, and right into it, single into the first corner. It's fun coming off the straight. Got a tight turn there, and then this section, pretty tough with this buggy. Really got to stretch it out to try to get that second one. Really bounces on the flat landing. And an option lane here, kind of cool. Inside's got a couple more rollers. Like that back corner, although it's hard to see. That one has a bit of a pocket. I don't think many people jump that double just because there's not much lip. Then the off camber is a lot of fun. Little downhill step down. Single into that corner. This one, I'm sure people jump onto that flat, but there's pretty good headwind, and this car doesn't quite have it. Doesn't like all the flat landings on this track. Definitely gets unsettled, probably due to 10th scale shocks, and the skinny factor also makes it a little bit less stable. So I'm struggling a bit, as you can see. That one really gets thrown off on that flat landing, and then trying to get speed and jump into the wind, not easy. But that outside line there definitely seems a little smoother, probably a little faster, unless that inside gets worn in more. It is a little bit loose in spots, but also really good in other spots where there's moisture. I think some people were out driving over the weekend, it sounded like, so jumps aren't too bad, but there's definitely a few rough patches that put this car to the test. Still a blast since it's been so long since I've driven a big 8-scale outdoor track like this. All right, let's try a hot lap here, see if I can put some lines together and keep a good pace. Stay nice and tight to the inside. Can't go too far inside because I gotta be able to make this jump, and I can't. The bummer here, when you're solo, it's a bit of a walk when you do crash. Try again here. Had to double brake to try to keep the front end down, but that wind is wicked right now. Let's try again here. See if I can nail this. Oh, barely. Just wants to pop front wheels in the air and then kind of diff out and not put drive to get much speed. I like that back section. For some reason, that little dip in the corner adds quite a bit to it. And then this, try to stay nice and tight up that off camber. Not bad. Not too much slide in that loose corner either, but then I roll it. Okay, I'm gonna try a lap with no talking and see if I can focus better and put together a good one. Well, it wasn't great, but you get the picture, right? Now I'm thinking I'll try to get some trackside, close-up, slow-mo shots. Well, that was pretty tricky. Trying to drive with one hand and film with the other is not easy on a track like this. It takes a lot of throttle, brake, and corner control to hit everything just right. I probably didn't film or drive that well, but hopefully it was still something worth watching. But anyway, that was a super fun session. I'm gonna do another moto and get on the road. But this does kind of make me want to get a real 8-scale, or at least the wider setup for this, so it's as wide as an 8-scale, but we'll see. So I'm on my way back from Tennessee and I'm back at VCRC here. Figured I might as well show you a little bit of the 10 scale track. But first, I gotta show you how much easier it is to get the step on, step off today, because it's a lot less windy. Not having that headwind makes it much easier to get more consistent, which makes it even more fun. This track is quite a bit different. You can see how much skinnier it is and how much smaller the jumps are. I feel like these back sections are actually a little bit too skinny, but at least the driver stand is nice and tall. You can still see relatively well. You just have to keep it pretty straight. Not a lot of room for error, but it is made for 10th scale. Oh, that was a big one. This vehicle being kind of between 10th and 8th scale, it's cool that it can handle both. Although it really tests the steering in this infield section. I feel like this would be a lot of fun for short course through here. If you leave the inside open, you'll be getting block passed real quick. But anyway, it's really cool that they have two tracks available here. You can turn around and get a totally different experience. So this might be a new spot to stop anytime I'm heading south. Doesn't add a whole lot to the drive, but it makes it a whole lot more fun. Be able to stop, do something like this. See if I can get this section better. No, sure can't. Ah, bummer. All right, let's end it off with a hot lap, hopefully. Oh, not like that, I won't. This section is actually pretty tricky because it's so mellow that you don't get much pop if you try to double. If you go to the left, there's a little bit more. I was a little too centered there and didn't get much lift. And then you gotta land on the brakes to make the corner. Take two. Not a perfect lap, but it is pretty loose today, so yeah, I'll just blame it on that, or else I would have been way faster.